Hi, my name is Mark Dentre.
And which course are you on, Mark?
I'm on London South Bank University's Engineering Product Design course.
And you're on placement at the moment?
I'm doing a placement, an industrial placement at the moment.
Good. What is the name of your placement company?
The name of my placement company is called Dyson Limited.
And where are they located?
The company I work for is located in EC1R around Farringdon, London.
Good. And when did you start your placement?
I've started my placement on the 20th of October 2008.
And when will you finish your placement?
I will be finishing my placement very shortly. That is the 20th of July 2009.
Brilliant. Can you briefly describe what you've done while you're on placement?
The studio specializes in lighting. They have two products on the market, here in England at the moment. One of them is this wall-mounted product light, which you can see behind me on the wall. It has two shutters that close and open up, and by doing so create a wide spread of light, and then it can focus into a single beam. And the idea with this product, which is the freestanding version, is pretty much the same, but in this case it works by moving the reflectors around the bulb up and down and, well, doing the same thing.
What do you think you've most gained from going on placement?
I'm from Hungary initially, and I decided to come to London South Bank University in London because I was not happy with my course in Hungary, and well, this is a decision I've never regretted. And during this placement I have learned the main three things that I've learned. One of them was to work on a project for a long term, because during university usually, well, some of the projects only last for a couple of weeks, maybe half a year, and having to work in detail on one thing for a long time is very different. I also learned a lot about machinery, because there's a workshop downstairs with a mill and a lathe, and I had to work quite a lot on that. And something else that I learned was to work, well, as I said, to work in detail, but not only just work in detail, but have the responsibility of your work, because whatever you're doing, especially with this light, as I was doing the engineering drawings, whatever I was doing, if I was to fail, well, these drawings went to the manufacturer, so they had to be good.
Great. So would you recommend other students going on to industrial placements?
I would definitely recommend other students to go in industrial placement. They learn a lot of things outside university, and they can see that what they've learned in university, how they can be used practically in the real world.
Great. Anything else you want to say? Any comments?
I was thinking maybe we could show the workshops.
Yeah,
if they
do that. Great.
We're just downstairs in the workshop place of the office I work at, and this is all the test rigs that we've been using. Currently, this is a heat test that's well, it's an American. I think it's an American multi-light floor that's being heat tested in its worst possible condition, upside down, all closed out, and well, it's just above 50 degrees, and we know it shouldn't exceed 130, so for now we're good. And these are other test rigs for testing the motor and different other cycles that should not fail.
Hi, I'm Jake Dyson, and Mark's been working for me and here for the last 9 months, which has been hugely beneficial for me, and I know for Mark as well. But as he was just talking about here, we we live test all our products before we go into manufacture, just to ensure there aren't any problems afterwards, because it's extremely costly if you have problems after you've manufactured and you're selling them to customers. And what we do here is we do accelerated live tests on all the mechanical components, sometimes up to 1,600,000 cycles, which is the equivalent of 7 years constant use. And from there we can see if there are any wear and tear in the parts, and obviously if there aren't, then we know we're onto a good thing. And that's really the purpose for doing it.
So, even after all this live testing, there are tolerances that one just cannot predict, as is extrusion. And we did have a teething problem with this product, as the gap between a moving component and the static one, but the tolerances weren't good enough, and it ended up squeaking as this shutter was moving. So we ended up having to rework our stock. So I also learned how good it is to be able to manufacture the piece that you need after designing it on CAD, and how thousandth of a millimeter accuracy can actually, it has a huge influence on the mechanical system, as demonstrates this fitting.
Excellent.
I took Mark on about 9 months ago, and he's the first placement student that I've employed here. I've been reluctant before because we've been so busy, and it's very difficult to give enough time to teach someone the things they need to do to sort of think on their own. And to some degree I've been very, very fortunate with Mark. He's extremely passionate and very, very talented, particularly in mechanisms and engineering, which is something we do here, probably more than aesthetical styling. So it's been a great success, and Mark's a very fast learner, but through introducing what we do here, such as the CAD systems, the machining, prototyping, model making, he's just really taken like a duck to water. So it's been great. It's been a big success. I've benefited because we've progressed on projects that I haven't been able to put my attention to, and Mark's taken them away on his own. And he's even at the point now where he's issuing manufactured drawings. So it's rather shocking that I have an end of a second-year student here that actually could be equated to a senior designer with maybe 3 or 4 months more experience. So it's very, very impressive. So I think it's worked out really, really well. Thank you very much for working here.
Thank you.